To use a frame relay switch in Packet Tracer, we'll need to choose a WAN emulation cloud, and just a generic cloud. Put that out here. And then we'll make a simple network with 2 routers. And we'll try to get these 2 routers talking to each other through that WAN emulation cloud. We'll need to add serial wicks into the routers, power them off, and install our wick, and then power back on. The WAN emulation cloud takes the place of what we used to do in the lab with the physical router, where we would provision a switch with the frame relay switching command, which can't be used in Packet Tracer. We're ready to physically cable the devices. We'll use the DCE DTE cable here with the little clock symbol, and make sure you put the clock in towards the cloud by clicking on the cloud first. And we'll do the same on the other side. You want your frame relay switch to provide all the clocking. Then I'm going to name the devices so that we can keep track of things a little better here. I think I'll make this side PDX, which is short for the Portland area, and SEA, which is short for Seattle. Then I'll rename our cloud to be more specific. It's an FR switch. So now they know that's their frame relay switch. Let's go ahead and provision the switch first. The switch is really like a regular Cisco switch. You've got a lot of ports here. You've got 4 serial ports pre-provisioned. We'll go ahead, and that's plenty for our purposes. We'll go into the config, and we'll choose the first port, serial 0, that if you look here, serial 0 goes up to my PDX router. I'll make up a DELSI number, how about 101, and I'll go ahead and give it the nickname PDX to SEA, and I'll add that. I've now created a circuit 101, PDX to Seattle. I'll go to the other port, and I'll make a 202 circuit, and I'll call that the inverse, Seattle to PDX. So now I've got my 2 DELSIs for my 2 ports. I'll go ahead and connect the ports together under the connections for frame relay. I'll take serial 0 and connect it to serial 1 and add that. And you can now see that I've got serial 0 connected to serial 1. It is all set. We just have to go in and provision that interface in the devices now. So we'll log in to our config mode, and we'll go ahead and set the encapsulation to frame relay, and then we'll use the frame relay map command. There's many other options available to you. And I'm just going to make up some IP addresses. I'm going to give Seattle 11002. And remember, 101 is the DELSI. And we'll need an IP address on this side as well. So Portland, of course, we'll give it 11001. And we'll no shut that interface. I'll give it a host name. So we can keep them straight. And I'll save the config. Okay, we'll go over to the Seattle router next. And in the Seattle router, we'll do the same thing. And let's go ahead and do the host name. And we'll set the encapsulation again to frame relay. And 202 is the DELSI we set on this side, and 11001 is, of course, the IP on the PDX router. Then we'll go ahead and put the IP address on this port. Like so, and no shut our interface. We'll go ahead and save our config, and we're ready to test this circuit. Let's use the ping command and see if we can reach 11001. Sure enough, we can, and you can see all the lights are green. You could also throw this into simulation mode at this time, and you could take a packet through the cloud like that, and then you can click on that packet and pull up some details there and see your frame relay cloud in operation.